much power, so they bashed me and manipulated me. They pushed me around and they killed my daughter. And I don't know why. I never asked for anything. Or maybe it's time I did. So they're going to keep pushing me?
You're the strongest woman I
think it's time to push right back. Offence to administer substances, causing serious injury, conduct endangering life, grievous bodily harm, and attempted murder. I'm going to kill the fucker.
But Debbie...
Down my house and build it up again.
You go against me in any way, there's going to be consequences.
So much money, I don't know what to
Make your own.
I'll go to war for every single one of you. But if you fuck me around, everything goes through me first. Nothing happens until I say so.
Being Smith's a great protector. Didn't work out for that daughter of yours, did it? Or your husband? Everyone you touch ends up dead. You're not a protector. You're the Grim fucking Reaper. This is Queen Bee. She's a top dog now.
Convention before. And who hasn't? It's great to be here. I am always incredibly humbled. Those of you who have seen me at events like this before know that I'm pretty rambunctious, but I thought I would try something different this time and sit in my kind of I'm that shy person in the corner. But already it's making me feel incredibly uncomfortable. So fuck you, pretend! Hi everyone. I was just kidding. See what a great actress I am. You're like, oh my god, something's wrong. Oh no, she's fucking. Oh no, she's changed. She's changed. Gotcha! Back in LA, the heroin's really good. Fentanyl's not such a nice time. But yeah, to those of you who have just joined the Wentworth fam, welcome. To those of you who have been here for many, many years, God, you guys are screwed up. Can't believe you keep coming back for more. Who the fuck was watching the show 22 times? I'm going to do a little side hustle, a little counselling service for you guys. I'm going to make a shitload of money. Seriously, 22 times?
Anything for you!
Okay, baby, you're going to be my best customer. So, how are you feeling this week? No, it's wonderful to have been part of a show that is so loved by so many and just resonates with so many people. You know, I heard the question backstage, what was your favourite moment of Bees? Mine, frankly, now when I look back on it, I'm like, oh God, that scene where I got to sleep. You know, I just pretended to be asleep. Fucking brilliant, love those scenes. You know, not getting stabbed or shot or hung or strangled or, you know, grieving over yet another lost loved one. I was editing together my show reel the other week because I just need to re-edit that stuff all the time, you know, because I start to have a different idea about what I want to be represented like as an actor. And I just realised that Bee's moment, she was always on the phone crying. I've just got the series of like, you know, the most emotional moments of my character just fucking bawling her eyes out all the time. Debbie, Harry, Debbie. Anyway, I know that there are some wonderful folks down the side that want to ask me questions. I may or may not answer them honestly. Can't guarantee. I'm a little bit irresponsible and, you know, a bit all over the place, so what you guys like that about me, right? Fucking love you. I'll try and walk around a bit. I'm just trying to get really fit, which is why I've got weights in the bottom of my shoes. This is my marathon training. Or am I practicing to be in like the Addams Family? Am I just being a cunt? Hi, darling.
Hi.
I'm sorry, by the way, if there's anyone in the room that doesn't like swearing, leave now, because I'm not going to not swear. Because I'm a cunt. Can I think on that?
Yes.
Can I think on that one? Because, you know, obviously the thing you want people to ask you the most is the thing that you least want to share. Do you know what I mean? You go, oh, I'd love to, only because I'd love to be able to let that secret out of the bag. But then you go, but I'm also going to oh, trouble. I don't know, like I always feel like I've let everyone know everything about me anyway, that there's nothing new that I could tell you about myself, you know? Yeah, no, I'll get back to you later. Thank you so much for coming. See you at the bar. Hi.
Hello. So this question's actually for my mom here.
Hi, moms. Hi.
Hi, my name is Lindsay. I'm from Fresno, California.
Hi, Lindsay.
That's my first Wentworth con.
Watch out. You'll never leave the same, you know this.
I hope.
Good.
Well, first I just wanted to say that I absolutely love your character as B. Smith. The raw emotion that you portray in it throughout the entire time is just incredible. But with that comes a lot of sorrow for your character. And I, with your death, felt like I never got any closure. So I wanted to know if I could have a hug.
Yeah, I'm sure that, does that mean that everyone else is going to want, can we just have sex instead? None of the fucking foreplay. Just get straight into it, you know? Straight into it. If I will come over there and give you a hug, I will do. But I want to ask you, Lindsay, I don't know if the rest of the people can see, Lindsay's got a red blanket on her lap. Is this the fuck blanket? Yes, it is. I'd wash that if I was you. You've seen what we got up to on that blanket. That red blanket became its own character, didn't it? Yeah. It got its own. Who's written any fan fiction about the red blanket? See, that's what I want to see. I want to see a spin-off series of Wentworth called The Red Blanket. And it's chronicling what actually happens to the red blanket. What cells does it end up in? Who with? What happens on the red blanket? Lindsay, I'll find you somewhere in this room today.
Awesome.
And I will give you a giant hug.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Oh. That's all. No, it's actually not. I got some really great news yesterday. And I wanted to share it with you, but I can't really share it with you. So I'm just going to speak a bit cryptically. So I just landed a job that I really wanted to get, but it may or may not be with someone who was on Wentworth that I get to act with. But it's not Nicole De Silva. I imagine it'll be announced soon. I haven't, the contractual stuff hasn't come through, but you guys are going to be creaming. Super, it's going to be super fun. Hello. Good. Who had sex this morning? It's good to see there's two people over here that are getting on, boom, shake the room. We can borrow the red blanket later on. We can have a little corner, the red blanket corner, where people, if they want to, have a be an alley reenactment, they can go and lie on the red blanket. I'm really happy to see that no one's left the show just yet. Thanks for staying. For those of you who haven't heard the story before, it was a perfect thing to immortalise Deb. So yes, I had to do a lot more drawing, but am I an artist at home? So much. But it served the character and it served the story. Sign up for the doll. And they're going to be like, together, see? Double crossing back. There were so many scenes. Sometimes I can't remember how many scenes I shot. So yeah. Hey, how old are you?
I'm 10.
How long have you been watching Wentworth for?
Like 2 years.
You've been watching it since you were 8 years old? Who's your mom's? Okay, I see. Well, thank you for watching the show, and don't ever end up in prison. Don't do anything that will put you in prison, okay? And be good to your moms. Okay, I'm going over here now. All right. Hi, guy, girl, hello, view. Getting to meet new people, going to culture, hearing the stories from different parts of the world, I guess. I like getting on a plane and not being able to be contacted. Watching movies on the plane, drinking on the plane. I think travel is a privileged position. And there's a lot of people in the world right now that are struggling in my own country. But traveling doesn't necessarily mean that you have to fly anywhere else. It can be just when you travel down to your local markets, or for me, life should be an adventure. And it doesn't matter whether you have the money to be able to do it or not. There are things that we can do in our everyday to be adventurous and to travel somewhere. Like you will sit and watch a TV show and it takes you somewhere, you're traveling. But I love the idea that wherever you go is to really absorb and connect with where you're going, and because every place has got a story, and whether that story is being told through the people in that place, through the environment, through the sounds, that's what I like connecting to. It's like, I could travel outside here and go, what's the sound of the traffic? What are the wild birds here? Are there any? What are the people telling me as they walk past? So, my favourite thing about travel, I guess, is just, trying to be present and absorb as much as I can about that environment. Yeah, and getting back in the house. Like, maybe not. Does everyone have a massive vagina? Whenever I come to these cons, I always end up talking about vaginas. Always. I love it too. Anyway, so sorry. Of television or cinema, but this stuff happens in real life, and there are people out there. There'll be one character in there or a situation that at least will resonate. One of those things will resonate with somewhere along the way, someone somewhere along the way, and that's what I love about a show like this, is that you're seeing people, real people, meaning not real people but actors, reenacting people who have had these situations that do actually really happen in the world, and they're not nice. Not nice at all, but we watch the screen to see ourselves back. I've seen this so many times before. That's why I watch it. I like to be entertained, but I like to go, where am I going to fit into this? Where do I relate to this? What's the thing that's going to touch me in a way, not like that. Something that's going to touch me in a way, not like that. Reach out to me in a way, not like that. Reach out to me in a way that I can go, oh, I relate to that, and then I become more engaged in the story, and it makes me go on the journey. It makes me care about the characters, you know. And I think that's what Wentworth did for a lot of people. I mean, you obviously, you're not here because you're like, oh, you know, I've got nothing better to do. I might as well just turn up there and see that crazy curly-headed woman with the big shoes on walk on the stage, swearing. You know, you came because you loved the show, because it resonated with you on a deep, deep, profound level for whatever reason, and everyone's got different reasons. And you know, like I said, but that it's still make believe, and I'm respectful of the stuff that has happened in the show that's actually happening in real life. So for me, it was like, you know, before I do those scenes, I would just almost say a kind of a little. It wasn't a prayer as such, but just an acknowledgement that there are people in the world that actually go through that. There are people in the world who have actually lost their children before they died. That's not the natural law of order, the natural order of law of the, you know what I mean? that heroine's just kicking in right now. Thank you for your question. In the most delightful way. Look, that's the thing, people. If you want to keep a job as an actor, always make sure you say the writer's lines. Don't go against it, or else you end up being shanked 15 times by a 6-foot, beautiful, powerful woman. Have you met Pamela Rabe yet? Oh my God, you got something to look forward to.
Yes, the round table.
Oh, hi. Hi, honey.
That he didn't even need to do that she still chose to get rid of him. That, you know, he's at the end, he's just a kid who's been manipulated by his mum. But and I liked it that it may be interesting to me. But it was she got let off the hook because he did smirk. But we shot it both ways, and they decided to go that way. But I really was interested to see what would happen if he didn't smirk. And it's sort of ambiguous, and she thinks he does, and does he not? And I think that, you know, it says something about her character that she's, you know, and that's the moment that she jumps over the line, and we see her being a bad bitch. You know, and you go, no, don't mess with her, because, you know, that she will, you know, she could turn on you.
She always had her vengeance. That's probably my favorite thing about the character, is that and no matter how long it took, B was always going to get her vengeance. Like, she didn't let things
Well, she did, but then she did it to the person that she really should have at the end, which was Ferguson. I would have loved to have got her. I'm going to make his debut. I wouldn't be able to reach him. I'm going to stab her on the ankles. I can't reach any vital organs, so I'll just have to go for the ankles. Actually, I like Aussie bites. Get Okay, what else?
I have one last question, Danielle.
One last question? Oh, but that was, I don't know what happened to that video. I think I'm terrible at losing phones. Like, I just lose them all the time. I'm sure there's probably like 15, 20 people around the world that are going, holy shit, who is this one? They found my phone, like, oh. So I don't know where that's gone, that video, but there was one where, I think I've told the story before, and it's long-winded, so I'll try and truncate it, but our second assistant director used to have his desk right by our green room, and Robbie had put his phone on the desk, and Robbie said to me, hey, can you, I've changed your name in my phone, so Robbie put under my name, instead of Danielle Cormack, he put Sock Guy. And we sent photographs to that phone of really like full-on hot males with socks on their cocks, and like with messages saying, such a great night last night, Robbie. I really enjoyed hanging out with you. And as they were picking up on the phone, Mark, our second AD, we were watching from another room, he was like, and then another message would come up and he'd be like, absolutely in hysterics. And then Robbie came out going, "Oh, Mark, have you seen my phone? We're in up this time." Completely infantile humour, but right up my Straza. Okay, hi LA.
Oh,
Yes, you.
why did you guys decide to not go on with season 9, 10? Why did you guys stop?
I don't know, I wasn't part of it then. I was dead. I was in the ground, my eyeballs being eaten out by worms, growing flowers, you know. Thinking, how come I couldn't get out of this box and the freak could? You know, that's what they should teach you at school, right? How to dig your way out of a coffin. Not trigonometry. I don't have any say in that. And you know, like, after I left the show, I didn't really have much to do with it apart from my relationships and friendships I made. But I'd sort of keep up with some of the storylines. I'd be like, and then what? She fucking lives? No! She died? She's in the show? But I didn't really keep up with it, so I don't really know what happened. I did, however, watch the last episode. And I was like, she's in a wheelchair now? I was like, you know, like, what's going on here? And like I said before, like, man, Ali could do some really cool shit in that wheelchair.
You didn't watch the whole thing? You acted in it?
No.
You didn't watch it?
No. Why? Because I knew the storyline, first of all. Like, I knew what was going to happen. I can't stand watching things on what's going to happen. I'm like, well, there's no point. And secondly, I was in the show. I wasn't a fan of the show. I've got other things I prefer to watch. You know, like, when you work on a show, I know exactly what's behind that brick wall. I know exactly, you know, it's like, oh, those actors would have gone and put their costumes on and gone onto makeup. It's like, it's ruined the magic for me. You know, like, I just, it's not really my jam. Sorry, it's not. I thought Wentworth was okay. I like watching reality TV shows. Give me Next in Fashion. Man, that show bangs. I'd watch that 20 times.
It's really good, though.
What, Wentworth? Yeah, apparently. Haven't seen it, mate. Hi, gorgeous.
Hello. If Debbie wouldn't have come into the garage, would we have gotten away with Harry's murder?
I don't know. Maybe. Yes. I did say yes. And then you guys wouldn't be able to have a show to watch. Because she wouldn't have gone to prison. She'd still be there at the hairdressing salon. Snip, snip, snip. Snippy, snip, snip. Die, die, die. Hair, that is. You know, so we wouldn't have had a show. Oh well. They keep raising their finger to me like that, and I'm like, what's going on?
Did you stop wearing teal after the show?
Yeah, absolutely. I can't fucking stand that colour. Look at me. You see an ounce of teal on me. Anywhere. And it used to be my favourite colour. Seriously, it looks really good on me. Stern bitch. So photoshopped. Oh my god, Photoshop. Looks like, you know, they've been visiting the Botox and filler clinic in Wentworth. So what are you having today? Oh, can I have 15 minutes of Botox? And your lips? I have the Kendall Jenner package, thanks. Hi.
Hi. If it weren't for Joan, who would you rather have taken B out?
Ali. Oh, yeah, now that's complex. Death by heart attack. Like death by cunnilingus. Oh, wait, no! Death by love. Death by, you know, like, yeah. I don't know, what do you think? I I've got to go now. And it's like, they've really seen in the big guns now, they sent Trevor in. So before it was like Jan, I'm like, yeah. And then I had Manny, I'm like, yeah. Now Trevor's there, I'm like, oh fuck, I really have to go. I want to say thank you so much for coming. Be kind to each other. Meet new friends today. That's the whole point of this, yeah? Get numbers, you know, like, do naughty things.
One more time.
Oh, and I just want to say thank you to our signers as well. Awesome.
So I know